Hello, Reddophiles! We got a great episode coming up for you, but before that, we just want to say, if you haven't done it yet, sign up to our Patreon. There are now tons of exclusive episodes on there that you are going to love. Go to patreon.com/theyearispod. Sign up right now. £3. Not a big deal. Okay, enjoy the app.
The Year Is with Red and Bobby.
Welcome to the Year Is Podcast, the podcast where every episode we go back to a year in history. We talk about the weirdest, the strangest, the most fucked up things from that year. And this episode, we have one of the best things. Women! Oh, God! I called it... No. Rosie Jones!
A lady!
A great human being. A great human being.
I'm a lady. I'm a human. Bobby, if you want to call me a thing. Sure.
What a start.
It's not the start I was going for.
No, I thought you did something like 25 minutes in, but here we are.
Usually people introduce me and say she's a comedian,
I was just gonna say what I was trying to say was one of the best things ever. Like one of not even
like
forget
What about
comedy.
people, ladies, comedians?
Yeah, I chose the wrong word. But outside of people, like I'm comparing you to buildings, planets, galaxies.
No.
Coffees.
I'm the best
Of all living and
things.
non-living entities. So
Wait, so are we talking nouns?
Yes,
Like,
all
I'm
nouns.
The best.
All the best of all nouns.
Very good save, Bobby. Well done. Bobby's back as well. He's been away.
Welcome back, Bobby.
I went back to Canada. Just, I have to go back every once in a while to remember why I
That's what
left.
he's telling people.
Yeah.
Where do you think I went?
Well, listeners know the truth because when you were away, I told them that you were arrested.
I wasn't
They
arrested.
found out Bobby had a sweatshop underneath his podcast studio. Me and Jody didn't have a clue about it. And one of the little children he was employing, he was forcing them to make G-strings for him.
Little children.
And they managed to crawl out of a vent, and they went to the police station and told the police.
Listen, do I look like a man who's just been to prison?
Yes, you do. You look like you've been on the run and living in the woods.
I look like a prison thing.
But he beat his case, and he's back. So welcome back, Bobby.
I didn't beat my case. The children, after some conversations, probably decided that it would not be in their best interest to testify.
Yeah, okay, so he's
You
good.
know, out of everyone I know, you're the person who would have a sweatshop.
Yeah, I think he'd run a really good one as well. He'd run a tight ship.
One thing people might not know, but I'm a very firm employer. Like when I hired flyers in Edinburgh, I bought them umbrellas, and everyone said that's so sweet. I was like, no, it's just so they won't stop working in the rain.
Yeah. You can never stop.
Yeah. It's like, no, guys, it's raining, but keep handing out those flyers and make sure they're fucking dry.
Yeah.
Nobody wants a wet piece of paper.
The umbrella isn't for you, it's for the flag.
Exactly. I'm paying you £10 an hour.
I went to Edinburgh and I had this flyer who was a teenager who just looked stoned all the time. And I walked up to him while he was texting, holding my flyers. And he just looked up at me and was like, want to go to the show? And I was like, it's mine. So I'm paying you fucking £13 an hour.
It's crazy because they get the same money I pay babysitters. So
Yeah.
you get the same money to hand out flyers.
They make more than us in Edinburgh, and there's like a flyers union. You go, fuck off.
That's it. Like, last time I went to Edinburgh, I'm showing up now. I sold out every show. I put on 4 extra shows. I sold them out. I lost £200.
Fuck.
How?
It's rigged. It's
It's horrible. It's horrible.
Everyone else is making money. Just not
Yeah,
us.
just not us.
Literally, I was like, yay! I only spent £200.
We should all just not do the festival one year, pool our money and start buying property in Edinburgh.
Yeah.
I think they should just stop
and then rent
stop
it out
altogether.
to the remaining comedians.
Oh, yeah, I know someone.
Yeah, those idiots.
yeah.
We just exploit the
And
fuck
buy a
out
new
of them.
property every year.
The thing is,
Yeah.
isn't it, if you own a flat in Edinburgh, every year they probably just go, right, get the plasterboards out, and then it's
Yeah.
like a 2-bed. Let's make this a 10-bed.
Yeah.
I've got a boot I'm
Oh.
renting to a divorced magician who's gonna sleep in there for the month.
And I know a woman who owns a house in Edinburgh, and she fucks up every
Of course.
August.
She called the Queen.
Yeah, and then rent for that month, she gets enough to pay for the whole year's mortgage.
Of course, yeah, you get like 30 grand or something.
Yeah.
You just go to the Bahamas. You can work a regular job, and then every year you live like Jennifer Lopez. You know, I'm just going to spend all of August
Yeah.
in a $2,000 a night Bahamas hotel.
Yeah.
Because fuck it, why not? Because there's an improv group who have a dream, and I'm going to get tanned off that dream.
And their parents are getting like home building loans. So like, yeah, we're gonna build an addition. And they're like, here's the money, kids.
Seriously, Dad, juggling's coming back in, I promise. I just need another $3,000.
You've been doing this for 10 years.
It took Eddie years on 12. I'm getting there.
Yeah. It's Edinburgh is fucking bonkers.
Yeah, this is my last time ever.
Me
Yeah.
too. You won't
Yeah.
see me
I
there
love
again.
doing comedy every day. I love
Yeah.
doing a show up there every day. That's amazing. But it's like, why am I just? I don't want to make everyone else money.
Yeah.
Like when you like at 36, I'm not like in dream mode anymore.
No.
Like dreams are dead.
Yeah.
It's like I can't. Why am I having a month where I'm not making money?
Yeah.
But also, I'm not going this year, and I'm absolutely cleaning up
Of course.
in August.
You'll get every other gig.
Because I got all the gigs at every other
I did that in
place.
2019. Just
It's
running around London.
amazing.
Cash.
Yeah. That was your first like great time.
Yeah,
I remember
First
talking
good
to
time.
you.
I was like, this is brilliant. You're doing like 4 gigs a night.
I do remember though in September it was a less good time.
Yeah.
There was a real come down.
Well, I hated everyone came back. It was horrible. It was absolutely horrible. I was saying something the other day. What I need to happen in comedy for me to achieve my dreams is 2 planes full of comedians need to crash into 2 towers full of comedians, and then it'll be easier because there'll be more work for the rest of us.
It didn't work that well. I don't know. It didn't really work for financial people, you know.
No, but I mean, just that there'll be loads of dead comics, so I'll
Yeah.
have room
Yeah,
for me to
Well, we can't play this game on the podcast. We'll play it later. But my favourite game ever is if there's a car full of comedians and it was bound to crash and everyone died in it
Who would you
on
want?
their way to a gig, who do you want in that car?
Well, for me, it's actually quite an awkward.
Bobby's actually driving us to our gig tonight, Rosie. For some reason, he's wearing 3 seatbelts.
Guys, I just got a couple side airbags.
Why are you wearing a helmet, Bobby?
Welcome to The Year Is, my new solo podcast.
Where are the doors?
We took a year off to mourn Red and Rosie.
He wouldn't. He'd take a week. It would actually be no time off because you'd have a pre-record.
You will be recording in the car.
yeah.
So, Red, how you feeling back there? This is some extra content for Patreon.
I can't breathe.
I'm one of those car dash cams.
Oh God.
What a prank.
And so, what have you been doing recently? You've been busy.
I've been very busy. I've been writing a book. I've been filming a travel show, filming a documentary. I am mad busy working all day, every day. And I'm not even lying. I get home every night at like 1 a.m, 2 a.m. I get in my bed and I listen to the years.
What a way to sleep. What are your dreams like?
Fucking terrifying.
Yeah. Well, that's good to hear.
I genuinely think I'm your biggest fan.
Wow, that's great.
What about?
Because you're his favourite thing.
No. What about this podcast? It's my podcast and I don't like it.
Yeah,
What about
same.
it
I
do
hate
you
it.
enjoy?
So my favourite years are the years that I remember.
Okay.
And I love just taking 1 year and going, shit, that happened at that time. Also, you two are fucking idiots.
No.
And
No.
You clearly didn't listen to the episode when we did an IQ test.
Yeah,
Yeah, my IQ is 200.
Right, you mentioned it every fucking episode.
Listen, I know that you work really hard, and I know that people with lower IQs have to, but me and Red, we're savants. We don't have to put that same...
Can we do another IQ?
We're never doing another one.
No, that's it. Those are just, it's in stone now.
Yeah.
I also love that I know both of your wives, and they don't listen to
No, they don't know why would they? It's too much. It's like, do you want to take the person you hate with you when you're out?
Harriet's never listened.
No.
Oh, that episode with Harriet was outstanding.
She disrespected the podcast.
She did.
She disrespected my marriage.
Yeah.
A lot of listeners, some listeners didn't go for it, I'm going to say.
No, I loved it.
Yeah?
It was
That was a good app.
brilliant. But I miss you.
Yeah, I missed
A
me as
lot.
well when I was listening.
A lot. But yeah, I just love taking the game and going, shit, I didn't realise that was then.
So before we get into the year, because
Yeah.
we've chosen a year for
Great.
you,
Great.
but I've heard you have an impression of Red.
See, I've heard that. I don't
The horrible
think
Helen
I-
Bauer told me.
Oh,
And you know what she's like, full of shit.
No, so maybe it's not. Maybe you're not thinking you're doing an impression, but just imagine Red talking, and
No,
then
I think it was my laugh, is what Helen said.
Yeah. Shit, I think I did it when I was drunk.
Okay. Have we got any beers?
Yeah, can we get all the alcohol, please? I think it's just in the throat, isn't
Yeah.
it?
It's like, hey. That's my laugh, isn't it?
That is my favourite part of the podcast. Just Bobby chatting shit.
and Red laughing.
And your cheeky little
So really,
laugh.
what she's saying is her favorite part of the podcast is me talking.
She said
And
it's my
you
laugh.
laugh. You
And
enjoying me
as you
speaking.
being sat there, she felt she had to put
No,
a compliment for
all
you.
right,
See,
that's all I needed to hear.
Okay.
for me, it is a catch-22 situation.
Okay.
Will you listen to your own
Cause-
episode?
Yeah, what? Because at the moment I've listened to them all. Do I ruin my streak by not listening to my
Oh, you've got to listen to it.
Oh,
I don't. You can do whatever you want.
No, I think it'll be good.
But also my favourite episodes are the ones for just you two.
Yeah, they can be good.
I feel like I'm ruining my own enjoyment of the podcast by being on it. So why don't I just get a duvet, pretend I'm in
No.
bed.
No,
Oh, yeah, you could.
we want
could,
you.
She could go to sleep in the corner.
Yeah.
And we just do the podcast.
And then you listen back afterwards. And then we film you listening.
Yeah, it's like a bedtime story.
Yeah.
Well, it says a lot about you that this is how you get to sleep.
Because the thing is, everyone has a darkness in them.
Yeah.
And your darkness is not easy to see.
No,
But it's
no.
your enjoyment of us.
Yeah,
That's why you're here.
Also, as a gay lady, I don't think it's weird that I get in bed every night with you.
Yeah, that is weird. It's like when Ellen was pictured with George Bush. You know,
Yeah.
this is your moment.
She's like, everybody has friends. You're like, I don't know, Ellen.
Yeah. All right, Bobby. Do you want to tell us what year we're going to?
Well, we are going to the year.
You ready to get in the time machine?
No, we're not doing the time, please. No, I'll find.
The time machine.
Okay, do it.
Do you want front or back seat, Rosie?
Oh, can I play a side?
Yeah. You can. Oh, side your own car. Okay. All right, that's attached to the side. Bobby, you ready?
Ready.
Woo! Oh my God, we've landed. Where are we?
We're at your birth. It's 1990.
Oh my God.
The year.
It's baby Rosie Jones. Don't drop her.
Actually, man, that's really intensive.
I can tell as he said it. He didn't even clock it.
I didn't mean it like that.
And that's how I got brain damage.
Red.
Oh no! I was trying.
Maybe I was able body, but now I got cerebral palsy because
It's a time paradox. It's a time paradox. Because you did this podcast, we went back in time. Red dropped you. Then he gave you cerebral palsy, which allowed you to be on the podcast. And we can never get out of the loop.
I brought you here to apologize.
We're trapped in this time loop forever.
My hands are really greasy because I've been driving in the time machine. It gets very hot.
No, it's because he ate a bucket of chicken before he came here.
Well, I ate the chicken in the time machine. My hands are greasy.
Oh my God, you're that unknown mustache.
Yeah.
Creepy guy that my mum always told
This man appeared.
There was a man with a mustache. We tried to track him down. He didn't move very quickly, but he was menacing.
He was doing a thing called a podcast, which sounds awful.
He kept saying, "This'll get more listeners.
Yeah.
It'll pay off."
Give me your content. That's my baby. Oh, God.
It'll work out in the long run, in a roundabout way.
Well, I didn't want to start like that either. So we've really fucked it.
This is one of these things where joke goes.
Yeah.
You take too far.
Yeah.
Fun over.
No, I think we're right in the middle of the button.
I don't think we're doing Time Machine next week. I've been burnt by it now. I'm not
Next week we're gonna be like, we're going back to the year you're born, and the guest will be like, my mother died when I was born. Okay, well,
She was hit by a time machine. The guy with a mustache said sorry and sped off. Oh, God. This brutal time machine. You keep causing so much problems with
Okay,
it.
so we're going back to 1990. Let's get into it. 1990. I remember 1990. I was like 4 years old. What's one of my first memories?
Do you remember
I don't.
shit when
The
you
reason I
were
remember it is
4?
because I was in kindergarten, and there was the year was written on the chalkboard,
Yeah.
and it was 1990, and then I remember it getting changed to 1991.
So you're like, wow, big, you know.
Yeah, big change.
Huge, yeah. Time used to take so long. Do you remember that? Like, and it's like now you're just like. Zoom.
Did you know, in terms of how the human brain works, because obviously the longer you live, the less your synapses fire because you're taking in less information. So in terms of how it feels, you actually live half of your life in 25 years and the other half in the rest of your life.
That's horrible.
Yes.
So, and the time that takes longer is like you in school.
Yes.
So it's all the shit times. It's not when you're like on holiday. It's you in school or you doing fucking some lesson.
But like, I was a proper nerd, and I loved school.
Yeah.
And I remember the summer holidays feeling like 4 years.
Yeah, it was a
Oh,
long.
it was
I
amazing.
I remember getting so depressed. You go, I've got 2 weeks left.
Yeah.
But it did feel like a long time. Maybe we should reverse how we do stuff then. So for your first 20 years of your life, you own a house, you can get drunk, sleep with everyone,
I mean,
holidays.
Just brushing over the weird
And then at 30, you start nursery school. And so it just zooms past. You do your GCSEs when you're 40. Feels like a week, you know? Over. Rest of your life. Switch it round.
When are people having children in this scenario?
I don't know.
Okay.
They'll be birthing during their GCSEs.
So you want children to have sex?
No. I want them to enjoy...
Wait, whoa.
No.
I was going to leave it because you're on television a lot.
Okay,
I thought, I'm not going to get Rosie into some conversation about
God.
pedophilia.
We'll end up on her Trolls program that she's doing.
Red.
No. I'm not talking about. You don't have to bring sex into it. I'm just saying.
You did!
I'm saying when time seems longer, maybe we should send people to the Bahamas more and stuff like that instead of making them sit in a classroom. And then at 40, when it feels like it goes by in a second, we do our GCSEs and A-level. I don't know. It's just an idea. It's an idea. There's
In 1990, the trial of Joseph Hazelwood, former skipper of the Exxon Valdez, begins in Anchorage, Alaska. He is accused of negligence that resulted in America's second worst oil spill to date.
Wasn't he? He was drunk, wasn't he?
I can't say for sure he was drunk.
Yeah, but there was reports he was drunk.
He was. Well, they tested his blood like 10 hours later.
And he had 4 whiskeys in him. I saw.
And 10 hours later, which means he was
he
hammered
was fucking shit-faced.
and then killed a billion fish.
Yeah.
Oh my
Yeah, it was like, how much was 20 gallons of oil or something like that?
You just said 20 gallons.
Yeah, I think it was, yeah.
20. You think 20 gallons is a lot of oil?
It is, for me, it would be. If you said to me, Red, I've got 20 gallons of oil in my house, I'd be like, well, why? Why do you have
20 gallons is like a truck.
And trucks are quite big.
I think if I got 20 gallons of oil poured on me, I would die.
Yeah, I think you'd die. I'd die.
No, you would die. However, it was 53 million gallons of oil.
Okay, that's a lot. He must have just watched that drunk.
So that's why when you said 20 gallons.
It's still a lot. When he watched it spilling out. I saw because they did loads. He became the butt of the joke for like late night talk shows, and David Letterman said that he crashed the boat because he was scraping ice off from an iceberg to put on his margarita. So it became like a late night punchline.
Really? Oh. Shit, how do you get back from that?
Well, you don't really.
I think you keep your head down.
He got community service, and they asked him to join the team of the clear up, so you'd have to be out there.
No.
Yeah, imagine you get caught shoplifting and you're out like picking up oil because of this twat who's next to you. In the community service.
He's there now 32 years.
He should be. They should have made him clean it up all
He's
himself.
Like, John, are you happy now?
I think Googled him now. Where is he now?
He finally paid off the 50. He got a 50 grand fine. He paid that off in May 2002. He hasn't really been able to get work since. Yeah, he's not been able to find long-term work as a captain after the spill.
Well, yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah.
But they hired him, his alma mater, Maritime College, SUNY Maritime College, hired him in a show of solidarity as a teacher aboard the TS Empire State. So the guy who fucked everything up is there like, I'm the teacher, and you're like...
Yeah, I wouldn't want him to teach.
No.
Oh, that is true, you know. Like, all, like, PE teachers, cooking teachers, you're like... Why are you teaching? Why are you
But a cooking teacher, this would be like, that would be like a cooking teacher. It's like, listen, a couple years ago, I was doing some catering.
Yeah.
I fed a wedding. They all died of salmonella poisoning.
Yeah.
And I'm here today to help you not kill a whole wedding.
Yeah. Well, who better to know, though?
Yeah.
It's like when one of those kids goes, or one of those men goes around schools and goes, I fucked up in my childhood. You don't do it because this is what prison's like.
Yeah.
So it's probably a good person.
I wouldn't respect him.
You wouldn't? No, of course you wouldn't. No.
Because I'd be like, fuck you.
You tried
like,
and you failed. Yeah.
I know more than this. Fucking dickhead.
Yeah. I remember I was in a drama class and they had this guy who was in Casualty for one episode come to teach us. And me and my mates were fucking around. He was just like, you'll never make it in this industry. And it's like, you're doing a one-off session in the southwest of Devon about acting. Like, I don't think, you haven't either. Like, what are you talking about?
I actually, I'd love to be taught by him. Because he just like fucking bully him.
It would be fun to be mean to him.
I would pour olive oil into it.
Ooh, it's spilling.
Oh no, I can't stop it.
Yeah. It must have been. Imagine waking up after that bender. But he'd done some good stuff before that. Like he'd saved loads of people.
No one cares.
No, I know. That's the thing.
That's the thing. He'd saved loads of people from a storm. He'd like did some really good navigation out of a storm and saved like 300 people. No one gives a shit.
Yeah, but he saved himself too.
Yeah.
Listen, I've been driving on a road, and then a car came onto my side of the road. Oh, it was me, and then I avoided the car. No one's like, you're a hero for saving a car full of people.
No.
You know, I don't get lauded for the rest of my life because I didn't. He just saved his own life, and there happened to be other people on board.
Yeah.
No one would ever talk about Fred West.
And the people he didn't kill. We just focus on the ones he did.
Yeah.
Oh.
He wants to go to charity. No one cares.
No one gives a shit. Yeah, it's not about that. This is interesting. He graduated from Huntington High School, where his IQ was reportedly tested at 138. They say that like that's impressive.
No, that's not high. But
well, in real life, that's high. On this pod,
in the rest of the world, 138 is pretty good.
Yeah.
In fact, his IQ is probably so high he was very bored in life.
Yeah.
138, you're actually at a range where like you find people boring.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
And even being a ship's captain would not be that intellectually challenging. So you drink.
Yeah.
You drink just to numb your overactive
And I hate
mind.
to say, he's a big drinker. A couple of drinks is just normal, you know what I mean? He's just there.
Yeah.
This is his dad, Joseph, was a United States Marine Corps torpedo bomber pilot turned airline pilot. Hopefully he wasn't pissed.
Yeah.
Imagine being a torpedo bomber and you fire it and you just blew up Washington. You're meant to point the thing that way. Do you know what I mean? Oops. He drives back, he's like, my hometown's going to be so happy with me. He just comes back and it's just all black. He's like, oh shit.
Not again.
Not again. You said the compass was north.
I wish I could see his reaction when he realized.
Because how long would it take to watch 50 gallons of oil?
Yeah.
50 million.
50
right.
million,
You
sorry.
keep saying 50, 20, 50 million.
50 million gallons of oil trickle out, knowing you're going to have to clean it all up. I have a breakdown if I open the fridge and something splatters. You're like, fuck.
It's the...
At what point did he try and stop it and
with his hand? He can sellotape. I need 50 million gallons of blue tack.
But like this always happens when they like run into icebergs.
Yeah.
And it's like,
always.
couldn't you make boats that like... Could you make boats that can withstand a hit from an iceberg?
Yeah, you'd like to think so.
I mean, I love how you say it
always
happens.
It always happens.
Every time.
Titanic.
Titanic?
That's all I can think of.
Yeah, and this. Let's do
Couldn't you have sat on the iceberg? I've always wondered that. Why didn't someone just go sit on it?
Like jump on the iceberg.
Yeah,
I thought that about the Titanic people.
That's what I mean. Yeah, just go sit on the
jump on it.
Yeah, just jump on the iceberg.
Didn't it broke off didn't it?
Yeah, and it probably melted with the boats, like hot oil.
Yeah.
Yeah, not great climate for it. Yeah, I don't know what. I think I just die.
Yeah.
I'm not very resourceful.
I am not a suicidal person. And I don't want to say that slightly, but if I were I'd just go, you know what, I might just kill myself.
Oh my God. Well, the thing is, he said...
But this was in 1990. The guy could just literally dye his hair and move to Europe.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
There was no internet. Like, nobody's going to know who you are.
No.
Just go somewhere else and give a fake name.
Fuck you, oil boy. He said that he didn't... he said the people of Alaska were quite forgiving towards him. And he issued a heartfelt apology, but suggested he'd been wrongly blamed for the disaster. I love these apologies. The true story is out there for anybody who wants to look at the facts. But that's not the sexy story. And that's not the easy story, he said. It's not... you being pissed isn't a sexy story.
Yeah.
But yeah, so he says Alaska's been all right with him. I'm sure there's a few when people have had a few drinks, he's at the bar.
Yeah, but you know, Alaskans strike me as like Two-Face.
Yeah.
I bet they're going, oh, don't worry, mate. I get
Then he leaves
it.
like that fucking cunt.
Yeah.
Oh, oil boy.
Yeah, oil boy. And when they're playing with their boats in the tub, ooh, who am I? Crash.
Oh, maybe I'll have a fish. I can't. The oil killed them all, and now they're covered in fucking oil.
Yeah, just chips now.
Oh.
Yeah, the kids have a nursery rhyme about him.
Yeah.
Old Hazelwood drunk again. I wonder if he's still drinking or if that was kind of a wake-up call.
We could ask
How
him.
old was he?
Let me
I
have a
can
look.
check that out.
I'll have a look now. But, so he's 75 now. So when that happened in 1989, so 65.
32.
He's like 43 or something when it happened.
Yeah.
Sentenced to 1,000 hours of community service.
1,000 hours.
That is
That's
too
a
much.
lot.
That's like...
That's a lot of podcasts.
That's a year. That's a year of community service.
Shit.
I'll just have a look what he's doing now.
Is he married?
I doubt it.
Imagine if he got children. Daddy, what did you do in 1990?
That's quite a pointed question, though.
Is that what kids ask?
I think.
What did you do in 1974? What a creepy kid.
I think the kid, in that situation, the kid knows what his dad did, and he's just saying it to hurt him.
Yeah.
It's like being like, Daddy, why did you and Mommy get divorced after you kept going on vacations with her friend?
Yeah.
Daddy, why is the neighbour, Mrs. Evans, giving you kisses on your willies?
Well, he's not on the internet, this guy, anymore, which I assume means he's gone into the Alaskan wilderness.
Yeah.
And he lives alone with a gun and a bottle of whiskey, and he shoots what he eats. Good for him.
This is good. In the 1995 film Waterworld, which I actually loved, Kevin Costner, great movie, Hazelwood was anointed the patron saint of the movie's villain, the Deacon, leader of the Smokers, a band of scavenging raiders. The film displayed Hazelwood's portrait prominently aboard their flagship, also called Exxon Valdez.
Okay.
So he was like within pop culture. He's now the villain of a movie.
Yeah, and he became
about the world being covered in water.
A late night talk show punchline in that.
Yeah.
Imagine he's probably sat there and watching TV. Not it's like fucking Letterman and Conan, all like, but he's like, well, you haven't crashed a fucking ship before.
Yeah.
You never spilled some oil, Mr. Perfect.
Fuck it. I'll just go see this movie with my wife. You know,
it's called Waterworld. Yeah.
I love the sea. I can go enjoy this film.
It's not called Oil World.
Yeah, and then he's just he's the hero of the villain of the fucking movie. He's like, oh, this sucks.
That's why he gone into the wilderness. To get away from pop culture.
Yeah.
And then 32 years later, he'll come
He's
out.
back.
Well, this is
And
it.
he'll go,
He's
I'm ready to listen to podcasts. And
you'll Google what's the best podcast in the world to listen to.
The year is.
Okay.
I'm ready.
In 1990,
Yeah, great year.
the first McDonald's in Moscow opens 8 months after construction began.
Freedom.
I swear now that I knock new McDonald's up in like 2 days.
Yeah, I don't. Yeah, 8 months. What for?
8
Well,
months?
this is, yeah.
What are you doing?
I know,
It
yeah.
was the end of the Cold War.
It's a fat fryer, and
Yeah.
8 months is.
The Russian economy was.
Whoever was the builder on that one, you go, oh, it's really hard out here, guys. You don't know what it's like in Russia. Everything takes a long time. And they just like do 1 hour a day,
Yeah.
fuck around. I worked on a building site where I was employed, but the employers weren't on the site. So it's for a big company. So we just take like 2 hour lunch breaks and stuff like that. It was great. It was in the Devon countryside. We go swimming in rivers.
Yeah.
Occasionally a helicopter would come over, which was them, and everyone would just get up and pretend. But so this is what I think when they go, how long will it take to make a McDonald's? I think 8 months, I suppose. Because that's the great thing about building stuff is you can just say what you like because we're useless.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then that McDonald's, obviously because of the war, all the McDonald's were closed in Russia.
Yeah.
But then they've been rebought now, and their new name since the war is
Putin Donald.
McPutins.
You should have been at the meeting. That would have been better. Putin Donald's would have been better.
Yeah.
But it was Vkusno I Tokna. I mean, I don't know how to say it with a Russian accent.
Of all the languages to get wrong at the moment, I think that's the okay one, you know?
But it translates to tasty and that's it.
Okay, tasty
That's
and
what
that's it.
McDonald's is now
That's
called.
all you're getting.
I think that might be the worst thing that's come out of this war.
Yeah.
Tasty and that's it.
Tasty. That's what it's called now.
That's it.
It's funny that because if we went forward in the time machine, which we haven't done yet, but you would know the state of the world. You just go forward and you get out the time machine and you go, do they have McDonald's in Russia?
Yeah.
And that would tell you a big indicator of where the world was at. No. Okay. I'm getting back in.
It wouldn't necessarily tell you what side won the World War.
No. But you
Because
just
it
know
could-
how Russia are behaving.
It could either
based
be
on
Russia and China won the war, and
Yeah.
now they decide where McDonald's is.
Yeah.
They go, no, but there's tasty and that's it. In Britain, everywhere. We lost.
May I make it all about me?
Well,
Yeah.
this is your episode.
Annoyingly, that's probably 1991. But my first proper sentence that I said was, shall we go to McDonald's?
Shall we?
Shall
Shall
we?
we?
Like a suggestion, shall we?
Shall we go to McDonald's? Is that a good idea?
You said that whole sentence.
Yeah.
Is that a good idea also?
Yeah.
Well, when you were
but
one.
I said, shall we go McDonald's? That a good idea.
Yeah.
your parents-
Did you go? Yeah.
Reward you but
Yeah.
for saying a sentence and
Yeah.
take you to McDonald's.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
amazing.
That's great.
Isn't
That's how it should be, yeah.
But also, it's more than a sentence. It's a sentence and a question.
With a result.
Yeah.
A good
and
result.
It's two
go,
sentences.
Yeah. Go to McDonald's. That's a good idea.
Yeah.
And then I
You showed a lot of personality at
Yeah.
one.
Very, very
And
good.
my mum went, yeah. And I went, yeah.
Nice.
So that's the only sentence you ever need. Shall we go to McDonald's? Is that a good idea?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Always.
Before we start the podcast, you started a story about going to the Russian embassy, and I stopped you because I really liked the story and I wanted to get it in.
Yeah. So I just done a gay show for Channel 4.
Okay.
about Pride, and it was celebrating all the LGBTQIA family, but we really wanted to highlight the fact that there's some countries that you can't be out and proud and gay. So Channel 4 dressed me up as a postman, and I delivered invitations to all the embassies where it's illegal to be gay. So
what a fun job they're like, Rosie, we were thinking we could just get some foreign governments to hate you.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. So it was mad. I had 2 security guards and 2 guys from the army following me around. And they said to me, if it all kicks off, we're literally gonna put you over our shoulder and run. And our last stop was a Russian embassy. And
I feel like it's probably a bit tense in the building right now.
Yeah, but you don't really want to hang there for long.
No.
And it's covered by police and guards, and we projected an image of Putin in drag onto the embassy.
Rosie, that's a horrible idea.
Yeah, so you did that, and then you came and sat right next to us.
Yeah. So really, I was legit shitting.
Yeah.
And I saw the head of Channel 4 beforehand, and I said, like, why are you asking me to do this?
Yeah.
They're gonna shoot me. They will shoot me. And
Well, they'll poison you.
Yeah.
Well, they're not, shooting isn't really their thing. They like poisoning. They like things that look like heart attacks.
What do you think this coffee was?
Yeah.
Which I notice you haven't had a sip of
Yeah,
yet.
the barista had a thick Russian accent and said it was his last day before he gets a private plane to Moscow.
That's it. The head of Channel 4 looked me straight in the eye and went, they won't shoot you. They'll poison you.
Sorry, I ruined your story.
Over time. But I've had to change all my passwords on my phone and my computer because now it's gone out. They think they'll probably hack me.
Wait, the thing is, what they'll try to do is they'll try to find your secrets, right?
Yeah.
So, I think what you have to do is anything you've ever done that you're not proud of. You've got to get it out there right now. You've got to get it out, Rosie.
On the podcast.
You need to tell
the
us.
sort of thing that would end up in the paper. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
With them saying the name of where you said it.
Honestly, legit. I don't have any secrets.
Like maybe you were 11, you stole your parents' car, killed a boy.
Yeah.
You came home crying. Your parents said it didn't happen. There was no boy, Rosie.
We've all killed a boy.
Rosie, Red didn't kill one. He went back in time and dropped one on the floor.
Honestly, if they hacked my phone and my laptop, honestly, my biggest secret, they'd be like, oh my God, she watches a lot of lesbian porn.
Yeah.
And it's like,
Yeah, that's fair enough.
Yeah, fair enough. But
Don't
what about,
we
you must
all?
have WhatsApp groups so you've absolutely trashed people.
no!
Really?
And Whenever
It's bad for business. I don't say anything in these groups.
don't trash anyone.
Yeah, that's why Rosie's successful, Red.
I just assumed everyone was
I
like
know
me.
everyone's not like you.
And there's some people I don't think are nice, but I'll tell them.
Yeah, okay.
And what is my deepest secret? I don't have one. Weird, that, ain't it? I tell people everything.
That's great.
Yeah, that's good.
I love it. I think this is too serious for this, but I think 'cause I didn't come out till I was 27, being gay was this big secret that ate me up inside. And I wore it for years and years and years. So when I finally let that go, I was like, great.
Yeah.
I can tell people everything.
That's great. That's good. That's good.
Whereas you, Red, you're just...
I'm literally stood by the cupboard while the skeletons bang on it.
We don't have one thing we can say.
Yeah,
That would.
yeah.
I do. And I say this lightly and not really meaning it, but I do envy having one thing you say that sorts it out.
Yeah.
I'm like, I don't have one thing that's gonna make it all.
No, but I great, like.
Yeah,
What if you were pretending you had cerebral palsy and then in 10 years' time you go, just a joke, and just been fucking with you. Lol, see you in a bit. I made £10 million.
That'd be amazing.
Bye.
I always, when I used to follow Tim,
Yeah.
Tim Renko,
Yeah.
we had on, in doing stand-up, I'd tell the audience he was a character actor.
That's good.
It's so good.
That's a great joke.
My favourite thing ever was, cause Bobby, you and Tim are good friends. You've been friends for years, and then you met me, and I loved you saying, for years I've been thinking a lot of what Tim does because of his cerebral palsy. But now, meeting you, I realise it because he's a lazy cunt.
I don't think I said cunt.
Yeah.
I think
Yes,
I
you
might have said
did.
slob.
Yes.
Yeah.
Just a slob.
Yeah. I loved him so much.
Yeah.
It was an eye-opener. It was an eye-opener for
Was
sure.
it was a cunt or a thing? You can't remember
I
quite
didn't
what.
call it a cunt or a thing.
But for years you were like, oh yeah, that's why he doesn't wear shoes because he's disabled.
Well, I think they did hurt his feet, and he found shoes that worked for him.
That's great.
Everyone's different. Okay, let's find another one. Let's find another one. Okay.
Wait, one more thing. Do you ever go to McDonald's order?
What do you mean, go to McDonald's order?
A go-to, like the thing you order.
Oh, yeah, I do. Chicken legend with spicy mayo.
Oh,
What about
I'm weird. I don't like bread from McDonald's.
I don't even know
So you go to Greg's.
Yeah,
you rip it
I've
out and get-
thought about taking my own ciabatta, but
some artisan bread, and then you order chicken nuggets and place it in.
so I don't do the burgers. I go for the large chicken selects
Okay.
with a sweet chili dip, chips, Coke, McFlurry, sorted.
No, it's good.
I go 9 chicken McNuggets, a large fry, 3 sweet and sour sauces, and a strawberry milkshake.
Oh, Oh, I love a strawberry milkshake.
It's great.
But my friend worked at McDonald's and said...
Stop bragging.
His name drop a lot.
Yeah.
Go on.
And apparently they put chicken fat into the milkshake.
Good.
Yeah,
I
to make it thick.
Do you remember the horse meat thing? And everyone was like, "Oh," and you go, "Who gives a fuck? It's all
Yeah,
like it's just
yeah.
grounded up eyeballs anyway. I don't give a shit." Oh my god, I've eaten a horse. It's like, yeah, they look healthier and better for you than those chickens you eat.
yeah.
Right, Bobby.
Okay.
Hit me.
Hit you. In 1990,
Great, yeah.
Yeah.
an agreement is reached for a two-stage plan to reunite Germany.
Oh, the wall.
Well, the wall came down the year before.
That was 89.
That was my
Yeah.
year of birth.
David Hasselhoff.
Yeah. Wall gets brought down.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hasselhoff sang the song. We ended it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So the wall's down.
Yeah.
So how did they reunite?
Rosie, you've listened to this podcast enough to
Yeah.
know you don't start asking probing factual questions.
What I assume is they knocked the bricks down. They went, "We're one country again. Remember her? You know, you owe her 20 quid."
It's your mum.
Yeah, it's your mum. Yeah.
I have certain members of my family where when that wall came down, I would just be like, fuck.
Yeah.
I was hoping to live under this like horrible communist rule for the rest of my life rather than see my father again.
Oh, God. I can't believe it took that long.
What, a whole year? Well, you got to clear up all the bricks and stuff
Yeah.
like that.
I don't think you mean for reunification.
Yeah.
Yeah, the Cold War was long.
Yeah, a long time. Long old time.
Long, very cold.
Yeah, it was freezing. A lot of jackets needed. But yeah, all the people from the east had spent years trying to escape to the west
Yeah.
because East Germany was hell.
Under tunnels.
Yeah, tunneling under. I listened to
it.
what's called the Rat Line. There's a podcast from that. Another history podcast that was similar to
One
ours.
of our competitors.
Yeah, one of our, that's what, bleep out the name of it. We don't want to give them any listeners
Yeah.
thirsty for more knowledge after a bender on this one.
God.
I don't think anyone who's wanting knowledge is ever getting it from here.
Oh, you'd be surprised.
Yeah.
You would be surprised.
God, we're really getting into it, aren't we?
We are getting into it.
I thought 1990 would just have like Madonna, but
Yeah,
we're getting...
I did see a picture of her on Wikipedia when I was looking, but I didn't look
It
at
is
it.
amazing though, like how little some people do know. I was when I was in Canada last week, I met a guy who was like a friend of a friend, and I said, "Oh, hi, I'm Matt's son," because he knew my dad.
Yeah.
And then the guy went, "Oh." And I guess he didn't know my dad had a son. I said, "Yeah." And I said, "I live in England, but I was born here." He said, "Oh, where's England?"
No.
What?
He had never heard of England.
That's
No,
really...
no,
The Queen is on in Canada. The Queen's on the money.
He just
like
thinks
it's a
she
Commonwealth
won
country.
X Factor 10 years ago or something.
He doesn't. And then he said, "How is it down there?"
What?
What?
He
You
had no
should-
concept of where.
Start a
Wait,
religion on
wait.
this man. Tell him
I
you're
know.
Jesus.
No.
He
Wait, was he drunk?
no.
Was he
Completely.
trolling you?
No, he was just a man who did
From
not have
1483.
a lot of general knowledge.
We need to
He
go pick him
was-
up in the time machine.
He's a pleasant enough guy, just like facts were not his forte.
Well, that's not. Facts
That
aren't. Knowing that
isn't
England exists
fact.
isn't a fact. It's just like, fuck me.
He didn't know.
No, that's bad. He
Why?
can't have children. Because he put them in a
He
fire,
did,
not knowing
yeah.
what.
Why?
Why is it so orange?
Wait, was he driving a boat?
He was reversing a massive oil ship.
He was like, they've let me have boats again after the accident.
What's weird about the Germany thing is that West Germany and East Germany both had football teams, obviously, and West Germany were like winning loads. They won loads of stuff. East Germany won nothing. And it's just weird. You put like a brick wall up, and it's like, yeah, here's the shit, guys.
Yeah.
I don't know how that. Maybe because under communism they were just beaten and not allowed to eat or something. I don't know. But so they were malnourished, and so the West Germans were.
1990 was the World Cup.
Yeah, the Italian 1990.
Yeah.
Paul Gascoigne crying.
Yeah, that was literally, I think, the day I was born.
Really?
Yeah.
That's a
Or
poignant
the
day.
day before.
That's because that was a massive
huge.
British day. So
Yeah.
Wait, what happened?
England got knocked out. So Paul Gascoigne was like national treasure. He's like young. You've heard of Paul Gascoigne?
Gaza.
I've heard the name.
Yeah, so he was a superstar, probably one of the best English footballers of all time, naturally gifted. He got on the booze very early in his career and it sort of fucked it up a bit. But he also recently, remember Raoul Moat went on the shooting spree? He turned up when Raoul Moat was having a shootout with the police with a bag of chicken and a fishing rod, being like, let me give him some chicken and fish with him and I'll sort it out. Like completely... You know, that's like...
And did he sort it out?
No, you're not fucking... This is a serious shootout. He was like, no, I've been to a nightclub he used to be a bouncer in. And Raoul Moat is from Newcastle, so actually in Gaz's defence, it would have worked, because Gaz is the king of Newcastle.
Yeah.
But it's kind of like Michael Jordan turning up when there's an active shooter in Chicago and being like, don't worry.
It might work.
Yeah, it actually
feel
would.
like
It would
I
work.
feel like if I mean, I'm not going to try to get into the mind of a mass shooter, but if you were doing something horrible and then Michael Jordan walked up, you'd pause.
You'd want your heroes to show up. Muhammad Ali saved someone from suicide who was stood on the side. He heard about it on the radio, so he turned up, walked up the stairs, and got him back out. Yeah, brilliant. Because you go, it's Muhammad Ali's there to stop you. You know, what an amazing
Maybe
moment.
I
You
am
go,
special.
Yeah, I am special, of course.
That's a good way to...
Send celebrities. We'll put a celebrity in every school in America.
There's a. But I mean, there are some celebrities where they'd be targeted.
Oh, they get shot in the head. Fuck you. Cunt from One Tree Hill or something.
One Tree Hill.
We'll put Timmy Mallet.
Whacked it. God, yeah. It's Timmy. I was expecting Beckham.
Ezra Miller. You put Ezra Miller in. It's
Yeah.
like, turns out Ezra Miller was the shooter.
So I spoke to someone who worked on a film with Ezra Miller, won't reveal any names, but worked on a recent film with Ezra Miller, said he was like insane, he used to take like mushrooms all the time. Alleged, well, what do I have to say to not get sued? I don't know. But this was what she told me. And that apparently there was a couple who worked on the film who he was like obsessed with the girl, apparently loves like younger looking women who've got like brown hair, not anything illegal, but anyway, he married them spiritually and apparently was holding both of their heads and he was like, I'll marry you, and did the whole ceremony and then smashed their heads together and said, now you're married, and she was like nearly unconscious.
He's every day there's a new article.
He's just running around kicking people in the shins and turning up, like jumping over fences and joining barbecues and then like throwing a bowl of coleslaw in the hostess's face. I'm quite enjoying. I don't want him to go to jail. I think let him fucking go. Do you know what I mean? He's like the Tasmanian devil,
The
isn't
thing
he?
is, we don't know the horror. Like he might be up to something horrible, and then when that comes out, I'm just gonna put what you just set up as a clip. Let him go. I don't want him to go to jail.
Well, you know, and it's always just popping up in like Hawaii or somewhere else. You know, how do you get? Who's letting him on a plane over there? You know, he turns up somewhere else.
Imagine if Ezra Miller and Gaza met. That would
They might have a good time.
Yeah. They probably would have a good time. Well, yeah.
Yeah, so the World Cup 1990, England was in the semi-finals.
Semi-finals.
Lost. Gaza had a breakdown on the pitch.
Yeah, he's burst into, because he got like he got a yellow card in the game before and he got a yellow card in that game, so it meant he wouldn't be able to play in the final.
Yeah.
And he's just burst into tears. England ended up losing, but he was like the best player.
Yeah. But was that the World Cup where Gary Lineker shot himself?
No, but that was a game. I think maybe it was that. I don't know if it was that World Cup, but there was a game where he shat himself, and so he tried to fart when he was playing football, but didn't know it was obviously going to be a shark, and it was like you can see him lying on the ground on the pitch, just like rubbing his arse on it. And it's just like 80,000 people in the stadium, like 10 million people watching from home, and the cameraman sees it and he just keeps zooming in on it.
Be a friend.
And he's like there, like rubbing his leg and going like that on
Get
the grass.
in the
So-
pillow.
Can you see it?
Yeah, can you see the shit? I can't remember.
I think he just rubbed the shit into the grass.
Yeah,
That is fucking gross.
What year was that?
it was World Cup '99. You're right.
Yes!
And what's amazing about that is he went, took a shower, and then had sex with a stranger that night. Like, there's a woman who watched that on TV and was still like,
wow.
"Get in."
Watch the highlights. I'll quickly show you. It's only 13 seconds. Oh, sorry. It's worth watching.
Yeah, Google it.
I refuse to sign up for ad-free YouTube because I just think that's a step too far, isn't it?
Yeah.
You've
I
entered
love
it.
the ads.
No.
Oh, he has let you shat himself. Shuffling. They think he's injured.
Don't he say a shat man?
Oh, slide along.
It must have just been a little bit.
He must have felt awful after that.
Oh, and you have to keep playing.
Yeah.
It just dries slowly.
Also, you're in Italy. It must be hot.
Hot.
So
I don't know what's better, cold? Would you rather be cold?
Yeah, I think cold's better.
Yeah.
Okay.
Have you ever shot yourself?
Not since I was like 2.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
I
of
was
course, of
sleeping.
course.
I think I ate some bad cheese once. Just woke up and I'd shit myself in a bed.
Yeah.
Well, I was like in a bed with like a platonic friend, and I was like,
Oh,
and I just
God.
snuck away and cleaned up and
Yeah.
never told
This
her.
is why
Yeah.
on your tour you tried to get me to sleep in the bed.
Yeah.
And I was like, no.
No, it was a sexual thing. That's why I wanted to sleep in the bed. It wasn't.
I shot myself for about 4 weeks ago.
Where? In the Russian embassy.
Yeah.
I was filming a travel show in Blackpool.
Yeah.
And we all went for dinner. And everyone had pizza. And I was like, oh, I don't fancy it. So I had pork first semester.
Yeah.
And they brought out all the pizza. And I was like, oh, hello, where's my pork? And they quite obviously had forgotten. So they were like, oh, it'll be 10 minutes. Obviously, in hindsight, cut the pork, but it was still raw. I went to bed and I was like, oh, feel it.
And when you ate the pork, did it taste like?
Well, no, it tasted nice. I liked it. Woke up, felt really sick. So went, puked up, shat myself, and then spent the next 5 hours shitting.
First question, why are you doing a travel show in Blackpool?
And I gotta say, of all the places to be covered in your own shit, Blackpool, I don't think anyone's gonna blink. They're like, oh yeah.
But
Yeah, me too.
I feel that it's a real demoralising situation.
Where you're puking.
Where you're puking and shitting and you've only got one toilet. So I had to get in the bath and just sat and shat and puked.
And then you just get the shower head and like...
Yeah.
Just a bucket of filth.
I just sat shitting, puking in my own shit.
It would have been a great time for someone to come in and take a picture.
Yeah, this is TV's Rosie Jones.
Yeah. I never felt so like an animal. You know, it was really primal, of like there wasn't an orifice that something wasn't coming out.
Your ears felt left out.
Did you have? Did you have any like friends where you would be like, "Hey, guess what I'm doing right now?" Or were you know?
No,
I bet Helen Bauer probably likes that sort of stuff. Yeah.
At the time, I was more worried about getting shit on my phone. I feel
you didn't have the phone in the bath, did you?
No,
That's a good point to leave it out.
It was a real power play the next day to tell my entire crew that I shot
Is that a power play? I'm going to make them respect me. I said, last night I was lying in my own puke and shit.
Yeah, because it's like you don't realise what it's like to be sat in an inch of your own shit. But because I care about this show, I'm here.
Yeah, you still went to work the next
Yeah,
day.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah.
Well, go to Blackpool, everyone. That's the Rosie Jones travelling.
Will you plug the restaurant?
You'll end up in a puddle of your own puke and shit.
Have the pork at the Big Blue Hotel.
Okay, well, that's it. If you are enjoying this, Rosie, you going to stick around for the Patreon episode?
Yeah, I am.
Okay, so Rosie Jones, thank you very much.
Thank you.
It's been a pleasure. If you enjoyed this, make sure you subscribe. Check out the Patreon for more of this.
Yes, exactly.
Also, shout out to our super genius patrons, Spencer, Christopher, Matthew. We love you.
Yeah. And do you have anything to promote to the cheapskates who don't pay for the Patreon?
Yeah, if you want to see and hear more of me, just turn on your TV.
Yeah, that's
brilliant. Brilliant.
Yes.
Okay, great. That's a brilliant finish. That was another episode of The Year Is. Thank you very much for listening. Please like and subscribe. Leave us a review. It all helps. I'd like to thank our producer, Jody. And also I'd like to thank Josh Weller for our intro music and song. It's very catchy. It's very nice. I'm sure you'll enjoy it at the beginning. So big thanks for Josh Weller. He's on Instagram at Josh Weller. Josh Weller. Follow him and keep spreading the word of The Year Is. Thank you so much. Bye-bye.